Listen.
We can talk about anything. Creators Girl Talk. Creators Girl Talk. We can talk about everything. Creators Girl Talk.
Let's talk about it.
Girl Talk. Everything pertaining to life and godliness. We can talk about everything pertaining to life and godliness. Creators Girl Talk. Creators Girl Talk. Creators Girl Talk.
Hey everybody! Hey everybody! Hey! Welcome to another episode of Creators Girl Talk. Hey! Oh, we are so excited today to be back in the studio, right? We are just happy. Okay? Happy, excited about what God is doing in our lives. We want to say, we want to say thank you for following us, for subscribing, for encouraging us when you see us in the streets, and we've been to different places, and they say, "Hey, y'all the creators, girls." You know us, like for real. So we are grateful today that you all support us, right? I'm gonna give some early shout out to Creators Word Apostolic Fellowship. Woo! It's a New Divine Truth. That's our home church. To all the churches that's in our fellowship. Yeah. We are excited about what God is doing. Let me give a shameless plug. In March 27th through the 30th, we will be in our holy convocation, the Present Reality Conference, right? Oh man, we got two bishops being consecrated on Thursday. We got our youth empowerment concert. Our youth empowerment concert, you don't want to miss this because we got Phoenix Versatile coming all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then we got Dexter Walker and Zion. Legacy will be in the house. We got Anthony Harden. We got Creators Praise. Oh man, we got a couple of more people that's gonna be coming on there. The tickets are on Eventbrite right now. They are on sale right now. You can get them there. $20. It's just a small seat, and we're gonna be at Freedom Church concert. In Lansing, Illinois. It's such a beautiful emphasis. It's such a beautiful pastor that we got a chance to meet and fellowship just a little bit with. And we're just grateful for what God is doing. You can see my panel, we waiting on a few people to come, but we're still excited about what God is doing with Creators Girls Talk. It's the first time that we're doing a podcast. And you know that I'm going to keep it 100, so we're a little bit all over the place. But it's okay. So with me, I have
Bishop Tyrone Brown Jr.
and
Elect Bishop Dan McGuire.
we also have with us
Dwayne.
Apostle Dwayne Kobe, who also does our Bishop's Corner, right? And we have Rochelle. And I am Markeisha Coleman, the Creators Girl. So listen, as you can see, we got all this love in the air. I feel like we should push love. You cannot stop dating because you got married. You cannot stop doing the stuff that you did to get them. Matter of fact, you need to do a little bit more. And I give another shameless plug. If you need some help with that, I wrote a book. It's on Amazon. It's called The Art of Outloving Your Spouse. By Markeisha Coleman. It's got some co-writing in there. Apostle helped me with some things. And was it the family? The family is what you helped me with, wasn't it? We talked about the family. So get that book. Get that book today. If you're having trouble, if you want to be married, if you single and you're just thinking about it, if you don't even consider yourself single but you are, get the book. Okay? If you've been married for years, get the book because there's some hard truth in there, right?
If you're married and your marriage is going through struggle.
Right. So we're welcoming today, and we were welcoming you to just commune with us. If you have something to say, I believe that you're able to text it now. And our producer, which is Bishop Brown, Bishop Brown is our producer now. He's gonna take care of everything. We'll be able to answer some questions. So today we got a juicy topic, right? And it says we're talking about the myth of the angry black woman. Right. So right now we're gonna take a pause before we get into that because we have another creators girl and one of our other elect bishops that coming in. Receive. We're gonna receive them right now, and it's okay. Come on, beautiful people. Oh man, coming in to the tape. So this is our sister and our brother. We love them. We're waiting on one more. We got a surprise guest that haven't been here in a while. And we're so excited about that. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. And we appreciate that so much. So we're talking about the myth of the angry black woman. My thing is, my couple of questions that I have is she still mad? You know, why is she mad? How can we help her? You know, I want to say this. A lot of times when you have strong black women, a lot of people don't know how to handle them. And so when we go to different places, they call us alpha females, right? I'm cool with that. I actually got tired of people telling me how strong I was. I was like, if one more person tell me how strong I am, you know, I don't want to hear that. I'm in my what they call it, my gentle girl seat. I learned that about a year ago now, and I'm trying to get soft girl or something like that. While I'm picking up chairs and climbing on ladders and stuff, I'm learning. Pray for me. I'm learning. Pray for me.
It's about time.
Yeah. So it's a struggle. I was a daddy's girl. He taught me everything that I knew, and sometimes that's a problem in your marriage. Okay.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times the people see us and they automatically, because they tell me I got the rest in B face. That's what my kids say. I'm happy. I'm just not guy smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like my dad used to tell us anybody just go around smiling all day long got to be a joker. You need to get paid to be a clown. They made us be serious. So we grew up serious, and so now people be like, I either get she mean or she stuck up or she bougie. I'm far from bougie. I'm probably the countryest, ghettoest person outside of what we do. You know,
she wanted with a lot of class.
but I'm learning. And so people get offended by us really, really fast. We do take charge in a lot of areas because that's the leadership that God has placed us in. And people take that as we're trying to overstep our boundaries is what they call.
Right.
So a lot of times, I'm gonna go back in the day when for the reason why a lot of the women are angry. Well, if you go back to like slavery,
Oh, Christ.
if you go back to there, and not just black women, but all women were degraded. Because if you think about it, slave owners were sleeping with slaves and they had wives. So there was no respect for them. And then if the baby came out, you know, on the mulatto side, they put them babies in the house with them.
That's right.
And so sometimes the Caucasian woman, I hate saying white and black, but the Caucasian woman had to suffer some things as well. Go ahead.
Though even being the Caucasian wife, you were still considered the man's property.
Right.
Yeah.
That part, you know.
And so everybody was a piece of property, but the way that they did, you know, African American women back then was really horrid. And if some stayed in the field, and I know this because a lot of times my daddy would tell me stories, my mom would tell me stories, bless their heart, of how, you know, things went. And my daddy, he'll cry about the things that his sisters had to go through and the luxuries that we have, like simple things as maxi pads and stuff like that. He would tell us how they would have to use patches to, while they on their cycle, and they still got to work in the field, and they sick, and sometimes they couldn't go to school and different things like that because they were the workers, And so a lot of that stuff panned over from year to year to year. Now we in generations where we're not slaves.
Yeah, amen.
But we still mad about it, And my question is, when we gonna start getting over some of that stuff? Like, when we gonna get past it? We're CEOs. We've been the president. When one go, I feel like the whole race, has been accelerated.
Right.
And so there's a time now, not we saying, forget what you've been through or nothing like that, but at least heal.
Yep. At least. That's right.
Nobody wants to be healed, and that's the reason why a lot of these people are still hurting and still mad, and people look at us like that. No matter where we go, you can go to the store. One lady been in here, and a lot of times you can go in those nail shops. Not being funny, they really don't want us in there because other people have already came in there and showed their taste. And so they think every black person that come in here, if you do their nail the wrong way, you going off. They can't communicate with you, and
there.
none of that. So I'm gonna ask y'all, why do y'all believe?
Well, I'll start off because I'm a statistic girl. Right? All right. So one of the statistics out there says that Black women were perceived to be loud, overly expressive, and generally negative and rude in nature.
Right.
And this goes back to 1930s, believe it or not. So in 1930s, there was a radio show called, and we can say it without being sued, Amos and Andy, was particularly one of the first media outlets that reinforced the stereotype. Unfortunately, in this production, there were two white men who voiced Black characters. Among those characters were angry Black women.
Lord.
Okay?
Wow.
So it kind of, started from that. That's what it is. And we're loud, we're boisterous, and for some reason, that's mistaken for aggression. Because I'm able to articulate my verbs and nouns, and then, and it makes you understand where I'm coming from. So now I'm mad and I'm angry. Wikipedia has the nerve to have a definition. Wikipedia has the definition for the angry Black woman. This is a stereotype we know is a derogatory racial stereotype for Black American women. Okay, poorly mannered and aggressive. Among those stereotypes of groups come within the United States itself. Angry Black women stereotype is less studied by researchers than Manny and Jezebel.
Not Manny.
And Jezebel.
And Jezebel.
That's wow. That is
Carolyn West characterized the angry Black woman as a variation of the sapphire. Okay. Sapphire is my birthstone. Stereotype, a sister with an attitude. She defines the persuasion sapphire as an image of all Black women and is serving, several purposes. So that she's saying that there's a purpose for the angry Black woman. So, and it goes on and on, but it's interesting that we made it to Wikipedia.
Right.
I wonder what that purpose is, though. What is the purpose?
Right. What's the purpose? Who is the angry Black woman?
And every Black woman. So being expressive is being angry. Because I feel like sometimes even when you're speaking and you speak with any type of authority or demand or expression, they take it as being aggressive or angry.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. It takes a strong, any color man to be the husband of strong Black women. Here it is. You got to. I'm being careful. That's my disclaimer. That's my disclaimer to every Black man at the table. Choose your words. It's not be the last word.
I would like to say you have to understand the fight of the woman. You would have to understand the fight of a woman from slavery even into these times. is that when you run into a strong black woman, you really have to understand her struggle.
Yeah.
You know, and this has been a systematic and it also been an adoptive type of behavior
Yeah.
that has been implied in the woman. Because every time that she wants to express herself, she's under a false demand.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me
Automatic attack.
right.
Okay.
Let me just ask a clarification. I know we're talking about the angry, the myth of the angry
Yeah.
black woman.
Yeah.
But these days, is she angry or is she strong? Yeah.
Now, see, that's the question when needs to be divided. And her surroundings need to understand that division. No, I'm not angry. I'm just assertive.
But you understand something, most people that speak boldly like that, most people think that they are angry. No, I'm just speaking what I know is right. You know what I mean? To you, and they go both ways. Like when your wife speaking to her husband, you want to listen. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be right. You don't want to go battle with him. Because I'm gonna say this. My mother, man, listen. Stay in the house, and you be thinking like, "Mom, you just want me to stay in the house." No, they out there shooting. You see what I'm saying to you? So you gotta listen. Certain women just have that authority, and that alpha male will come out of them, and they just like the things they like, and they like water. Just like certain men like the same way, they like water. But I learned this over life. It takes so much energy to be angry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It does.
You got
It's draining.
Man,
You can't just sleep at night. You know, that angry is not good.
I'm gonna tell you this because I went through a season where I was just mad about everything. And matter of fact, when I first got married, you know, I'm a daddy's girl, so if my husband couldn't do something, I went straight to my daddy. You know, although I'm gonna let y'all know right now, that is not right. And if you're doing that, please stop. It's because you may not make it through.
Right.
You know, but I was upset because I didn't want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
I had a 1-year-old,
Yeah.
and when I found out I was pregnant, I was happy, but I was mad about it too. And so, like, I kind of went into this funk where, like, I didn't want to comb my hair, and it was a season where I was just watching with Lifetime.
Oh my
And
Jesus.
it was feeding in to the sadness
That's
and the madness. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna say that some women are angry because of the things that they went through, and they don't have no other choice but to be strong.
Right.
So some of them are strong and angry.
Yeah.
And what I'm learning is, you can't talk about nothing you ain't been through.
Right.
I'm learning about the roots of bitterness. When the roots of bitterness sets in, you don't want to be free.
That's right.
You want everybody to understand
Yeah.
what you went through,
And how it made you feel.
how it made you feel, because you mad about it.
Yes.
Now it takes a whole lot, and I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna take the Holy Ghost or some therapy one or both for you to not want to be like that. They hurt you. We all been hurt. I don't think nobody at this table ain't never experienced some type of hurt.
That's right.
But we made a decision
Right.
not to stay there. When we are all leaders, and we had a show one time called Leading and Bleed. Sometimes you gotta lead and bleed at the same time, because you still got some people that you gotta hold up
And not bleed on the people.
and not
Right,
But bleed in private.
You must go see that show.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and go to the Creators Girl Talk Show and look up Leading and Bleeding. Well, our special guest was Karen Dave that day, and she spoke some good truth there.
Yes.
She spoke some good truth, and she got a book about the stuff that she been through
Yeah.
and how God is delivering her. But see, when you get to a certain level, you don't want the same thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? You don't. Your expectations for people change, and so you're not acceptable to some of the foolishness that we was accepted. I read a quote, and it said that I once begged somebody to love me. It said that was the saddest thing I ever done in my life.
Yeah.
You know, one thing about people being angry, they never get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
That's why they stay angry.
Right.
And then not only that, it's like a cycle because when the child comes in, what's wrong? I'm just angry. And the child don't know what's going on. So the child will pick that same cycle up. It just go on and on until somebody get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. Is put it on the table. What's the issue?
Mhm.
Let us solve the issue before we go home with this. Because if you stay angry, guess what? Your kids gonna be angry. The household's gonna be angry.
Right.
You got a job, you're gonna be angry.
Yep.
And it's just wrong.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's gonna kill.
Right, you know what
I like that because it's like, you know, if you're gonna inherit something, don't inherit the bad things. You know?
And let's stop talking about generational curses and start talking about generational blessings.
Yeah.
Then
It's like cycle, because I said that cycle.
Yeah.
Cycle. I didn't get the curse. I said the cycle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Curses, whatever.
Right.
But you're feeding that
Yeah.
behavior, whether you want to realize it or not.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter how angry you are. Life doesn't stop.
Right.
So whatever you're feeding to your family line is what they would have.
Mhm.
So if you're feeding them love, if
Right.
you're feeding them grace, if you're feeding them comfort,
Mhm.
so sometimes you may just have to go have your bathroom moment and be
Right.
angry in your bathroom, cry in your bathroom. Because if not, you're feeding that behavior down the generational line.
Right.
It's not a curse, it's just the habitat that you're forming.
Exactly.
Well,
Yes. Go ahead.
go ahead. Well, what it really causes is post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh, yes.
And that's a real thing. Most people, what they do is they'll go through things and then they'll push it to the back of their mind.
Right.
Well, you can only pile up so much before you break. And so post-traumatic stress disorder is real. And a lot of times things are happening. We don't deal with it at the moment and we don't cast it to the side as far as getting rid of it out of our system. And then we start taking on more damage and then more damage. And then at some point in time, we break mentally.
Yeah.
And then whatever you break mentally is going to take on your physical body as well as your spiritual body.
Let me tell you something about
Exactly.
stress. Let me tell you. The only time I've been sick is because I was stressed out.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you're not gonna know. The first time I had an episode, I ended up with a thyroid, hyperthyroid problem.
Yeah.
The second time I had, I really experienced and that I remember was when I was in Africa.
Yeah.
Ended up with some type of GERD and post-nasal drip. It
Yeah.
does things to your body. Some people get cancer.
Yeah.
So different strokes, heart attacks, blood issues, clogged arteries. I'm telling you, all these things affect us. It's our mental state is very vital.
Yeah.
And getting that stuff off of you. Like I was one of them people, and even now I still struggle with expressing my feelings because we wasn't allowed to have
Right.
abuse.
Right.
You couldn't express your feelings when you was little. It was what they said or get your head knocked off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you went with that, you know, and you didn't want the whoopings they put on you. You know, we chastise our kids. They whooped us like Hebrew slaves.
Yes,
Like they didn't even love us for it. You know, so I wasn't trying to get too many whoopings. As a matter of fact, I probably ain't got about 5, 6 whoopings in my life because I didn't want none of what you had.
Well, my mama gave them said don't do.
Okay?
Exactly.
I'm telling you, even now, if they be like, and I'm, is that what it is?
I got neighbors.
I got some whoopings, but I don't want no more. And this is that like, and I feel like now that's exactly what's missing. You know what I'm saying? I got some students and I can see that they had already headed in the wrong direction because they smooth. They're not getting that same too. We it hurt it, you know what I'm saying? But we learned it.
It's a way to do it.
It's a difference between a whooping and a beat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's a
Hey, man, why that face?
Actually,
Somebody might be watching.
to be honest, there's a difference between discipline and abuse. When you're disciplining, you know, you have to make sure that you're in the right mind state
Yeah.
before you discipline
Right.
your children, because you can now give them the same PTSD that you have.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because we had trigger words.
Yes,
Like my
Lord.
mom and dad would argue sometime when they would get real heated. And if I heard my dad say something like, "Didn't I tell you?" I'm
Right.
thinking it's about to go down. I'm over there twitching and everything.
Woman, what did I say?
Yeah. I'm those type of words right there. Just stand clear, get out the way.
Right.
You know,
Get in the closet.
it's a lot of things I think in our generation that just needs to change.
That's
You
right.
know, the patterns that we go as Black people, you know, as a generation, a lot of people are still stuck on Black power, and they trying to, you know, I don't even want to. I'm just gonna say it. It's my show.
Right.
Black Israelites, and they the only ones, and you got all the whole job of the enemy is to separate the whole race that's anointed.
Right.
Wow.
We anointed people in so many different ways. Like, we got so much to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we can't do it because we fixated on separation.
Yeah.
And that's what the enemy wants, and that's what the Bible even tells us against.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It say don't neglect to assemble yourself with the saints.
Yeah.
It's a reason for that. It said that man wasn't meant to be alone.
Right.
But we're constantly getting there. We get in our feelings, we get in our separate places, and we want that spirit.
Yeah.
We want to be angry. We want to be mad. We want them to feel
I
it.
just was telling the Apostle about this. What if every church dropped all their denominations to be one?
Man, listen.
This is gonna happen anyway.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen anyway.
It's gonna need to happen.
Take all that away.
When you look at the economic climate, and when you look at the political climate, and when you look at the religious climate, the Lord is really setting the church up to be pushed right back to the forefront.
Yes, Lord.
And it's not going to be the Apostolic Church or the Church of God in Christ or the Methodist Church. It's going to be the Church of Jesus Christ.
That's it.
Jesus Christ.
We're going to be family. We're going to be family again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anybody who names the name Christ, that's my brother and my sister.
That's it.
The word
And God is releasing such a kindred spirit among the people of God that we're going to see ourselves get back together.
Yeah.
That's the last name of my covering.
They need us.
Right.
Huh? Your covering?
That's the last name of my covering. Yeah, so my name should be Christ. That's the last name
Oh,
of my
David
covering.
Christ, right.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I think if we just spend more time in the presence,
Yeah.
then we won't. It tells you right there that we wouldn't desire the stuff from our flesh.
Right.
And we first seek ye the kingdom of God and His righteousness. But a lot of us not trying to be righteous. We want to be heard. We want to be seen. We want them to feel us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it cannot stay like that, right?
Yeah.
So today we got a special guest, all right? And we're gonna try to bring her on the scene, right?
Yes.
There she is.
Hey, Kelly!
Hey.
So we are so excited you are here with us today. We miss you.
Yes.
Man, I miss y'all too. It's good to be here.
Girl, we up here talking about the myth of the angry Black woman. Okay,
Yeah.
what's your spin? What's your take on it? How you feel about this? Is she still angry? Is she angry?
Honestly, I do believe that it's actually like popular now to be angry. I in my generation, I grew up with looking at Bad Girls, and now they got this other show and Atlanta Wives and all these different things, and every person is angry. It's so much, and it's like the world is feeding off of that. And unfortunately, it's like people want to see the Black woman angry. It's like it's popular now. So yeah, the Black woman, you know, not Christian woman, but the Black woman that's in the world, yeah, she's very angry. We see in different, you know, celebrities speak out about not being paid the same, you know, as other white women and different things like that. And it's so much going on that it's a lot of black women that is unfortunately they're angry and they speaking up about it. So
Right.
yeah,
Mhm. It's crazy that you would bring that up because those shows grieve me.
Man.
me too.
Atlanta Housewives, and they're actually got these girls that they're bringing to the house, and it's like they got a fight club going on,
Right.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're all excited about
It's on
it.
stage.
Everybody doing it, and I've seen it. It's so stupid.
yeah.
And this is what our children are gravitating towards. They got the long hair and the makeup and the nails and the this and the that, but they have what they appear to have is no education.
Correct.
Or
But
character.
And very ignorant.
can I say this too? The hair is fake, the lashes are fake, the nails are fake,
Right.
and the anger is fake too.
Wow.
It's just something that makes them fit into the culture.
Oh my God.
I just was thinking about this. If y'all are rich, why you still angry?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No. The reason why I'm saying that because you got people out here that don't have it and they
Right.
cool, right?
Right.
But here y'all on national TV acting a plum fool and got basketball.
That's what's making them money. though.
Football stuff.
Basketball.
And still,
Yeah.
That's what's making them their money.
Yeah.
That's what spiritually for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they getting? Definitely spiritually.
And see, just like they have these shows now, these reality shows, and they're so popular because it shows the negativity of the Black Americans.
Yeah.
But when we had these shows, and I'm gonna say it like Bill Cosby and like the College Show and everything, they did never say how much impact that had on the Black community
Right.
to have people to return back to school.
Correct.
But now they want to, based on community, if I can say something so negative every week, I'm finna get paid.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
So
that.
what they wants to see is ignorance.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So when I project intelligence, they found a way to jealous.
Yeah.
We're being paid to go backward.
Right.
Paid to betray, paid to be broken.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in interviews. They tell them, like the person say, if you don't have enough drama with you, we're gonna put you off. You off the show.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have enough going on. Your storyline is not enough. You gotta go.
So
And that's here.
it's crazy that they want to project that, but the worse you are, the better you are.
But the crazy part to me is that we would sell ourselves to it.
Yeah.
Because where is your standard?
Because a few minutes of fame,
Yeah.
You minutes of fame.
I'll do anything for clout.
That's it.
a few minutes of fame, I was on TV.
What are you willing to
You know,
compromise?
Right.
You're selling yourself.
Yeah.
You're selling yourself short, actually,
and you selling your soul.
because what you're doing really is you are portraying someone that now your children got to come back and see it. And now because you acting like that, now your children, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And they come out.
I'm embarrassed.
As soon as they start walking, they start twerking now.
Like,
Yeah. But the crazy part about it is the parents think it's cute.
Yeah.
And they got the camera on them. And
Trying to go
the
find
baby can't
it
talk.
for me.
You know,
But we used to let our children dance, and we thought it was cute for our children to dance, but it was never to a dance where there was anything that you could do that was provocative. You gonna get popped so quick.
Yeah.
I think it was Carly B. She was doing all that popping and stuff, but now she got kids. So now she came to us. You know what I'm saying? So I can't keep doing all this, and I got kids, so they're gonna follow what I'm doing. I don't want that to happen. So no matter how much you get to a high level of success, God will hit you in the head and say, "Listen,
come on back.
because you got people that's following you for real. You know, the people that's follow Carly B. Look
Yeah.
where she come from, her background.
Right.
So they taking that same mentality, like, well, she was this and that. I can do this and that too.
Yeah.
But it got to be some way that they got to bring you back.
That's right.
To say, listen, I know I got kids coming up and I got multiple kids. I don't want my kids to do this either.
That's right.
So you got to come on back.
I think it's sad because not only is it in those shows, it's in the song.
Yeah.
I play a lot of music. I try to let my kids in my music class, play around or whatever. Then I say, when it's time to be serious, we're serious, different things like that. And I played a song that was I didn't know was one of the little girls, and she couldn't have been no more than like the second or the third grade. Put this song on, Miss Colton. I put this song on. And I put it on and I said, oh, my God, we got to turn this off. Baby, how you even know this song? You shouldn't even, you shouldn't even be listening to none of this stuff because it's being instilled in them.
Right.
They're around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all teach you used to listen to that one girl, Dirty Candy Red, and that's why they think it's so cute.
The crazy part about this, they be calling all these people sexy. This ain't this is not sexy. It's like raunchy.
The stuff that come out your mouth, you letting me know your panties dirty.
Right.
I'm just sorry.
Right.
But you gotta understand
It comes from a dirty place.
You gotta listen.
Then you go to Walmart in pajamas.
Yes.
Everybody that listen to secular music and they got 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, they be, go ahead, baby, do it. And they think it's funny. At 1 or 2 years old. So as they grow, now guess what you're doing? You don't put this embedded to them. All they want to hear is you saying, go, baby, go. And they doing these things. Now they seeing TV, they're seeing all this stuff going on. Of course, they're going to adapt to what they're around.
Create a cycle.
Motivation. So we won't motivate our kids in things like their education,
Yeah.
their self-esteem, building them up
Yeah.
in the things of God, but we'll motivate them in things of the world.
Right. Like every girl is a B now. Like
Yeah,
bad
it's okay.
when do that become okay?
That's real.
Somebody called you a B back in the day. That was fighting
That was
them.
a kid to call that they're friends. Don't call me that. No, don't come to me and say, hey, beautiful, hey, honey. That's how I approach my friends, my sisters.
Yeah.
No, don't call me that. But
Talking
I'm
about some, what up?
be that.
Because even in prison, that's a cuss word.
Yeah.
You call somebody that. Oh, yeah, it's going down.
Bitch,
Oh, man.
that is going
They gonna destroy it. They come.
Certain countries, you can't speak none of that. You
Uh-huh.
can't say, oh, you going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
They will cut, and they still believe it.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're going to
these
jail.
countries still believe in the eye for eye. They cutting off hands
Yeah.
when they're stealing.
Yeah.
Okay, I give you an example. We had
Yeah.
all this money with the goods we had purchased in the car, and we didn't know the people. And I said, "Oh, sir, I don't want to leave my." He said, "No, ma'am, you don't worry in this country."
Yeah.
He said, "All your items will not be touched here. This is against the law. It's
Right.
against our culture.
Yeah.
No one's stealing."
And if I don't know her, because I do this, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
Right? They don't play any.
I'm in
It's a
trouble.
lot of law.
And you know what? While you saying that, one of the things that I saw, and even with the entire black race, Caucasian men, different people, and it's not all of them, because we got Caucasian friends. We're not prejudiced at all. But people
colorblind.
feel like they can touch us whenever they want to.
Right.
Police officers have it real bad.
Yeah.
But I noticed this because it was a long time. Like, I had never really dealt with racism like my parents had to.
Yeah.
You will know when you go to different areas.
Yeah.
You'll be like, you know what? I need to get away from that.
Yeah.
There's certain places that
Yeah.
still kind of KKK-ish. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna go ahead and, go about our business. But people are still being able to, like, if I tell you not to touch me, you still feel like you could touch me because you are a certain breed.
Right.
You're telling the
And,
truth.
and it's sad because even a lot of times some of these folks, and we've watched them, get killed and different things like that, was actually not doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or why are you doing this? Or why are you doing that? Now, some of them, they got boisterous and they escalated the scene, but a lot of them wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
But because I'm this caliber of person, I'm abusing my authority. Is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we supposed to feel comfortable or protected by you. We can't feel that.
Well, it's gonna get you back to the angry woman.
Right.
This is how they perceive you. Not only that, it's a law that we are not even considered to be human.
Right.
Right.
So
Right now.
that's a factor that plays in it as well.
Yeah. You of course they're angry. You killed my only son.
Right.
You tasted my only people.
Yeah.
I'm mad about it. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many different things that we definitely have a reason to be angry, but in Christ we don't have a right.
Yes.
Ah, that's good.
That's
Because,
That's good.
because Jesus did that all the time.
That's good.
So just like them choice words, we have to make a choice not to be in a position. Now sometimes stuff just happens, but a lot of times that stuff follow you because that's what you following. He said, if you live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword. Right? You got people we watching. We seen a lady in the store with her. We got open carry here in Indiana.
Yeah.
She got a whole hip holster on the outside.
Yeah.
Because she can do.
Like you telling me ready at all times. I done been to gas stations in Gary that I refuse
Yeah.
to go to ever again because everybody who walked in there, I don't even know how you're doing it.
Yeah.
You got a whole
Okay.
AKA halfway out to, you know what I'm saying? Like we in safari.
That's the law now. They
Yeah.
But I
the
just,
thing is they in war. And it's not.
Everybody in there.
in
And
their
it's
mind.
not.
Oh,
And when you in war thing, it's like you can keep pistols on a consistency basis. Why? Because I gotta have more ammo.
Yeah.
And just in case
Yeah.
anybody try to do it, I'm gonna be ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be ready. That's
Well,
what it
you
is.
can't get to your
A
gas.
killer never showed that they were a killer.
Right.
Right.
So when you walking around with that,
This is for protection.
you know what I'm saying?
Your flash to show.
Like,
It's the one that's not showing it, and that's pretty quiet. That you
yeah, that's what you need to watch.
We from a place that we understand that real people, real gangsters, they never out here false flag.
Right.
Okay?
No.
No.
They never show them.
You know the real folk.
But you know what?
Everything
Everything
the
is
ones that's in fear
I'm speaking on the truth.
and doing things like that.
so listen, how do y'all feel about these morals? This is one of the major problems with our community, with our people, with our race, is there's no morals anymore.
Right.
You know, like the little what they used to call us when we was little. They had those little sayings about the little girls and sugar and spice. Everything's nice. That's what little girls are made of. I'm looking at girls in babies in kindergarten with pink braids
Yeah.
and weaves down their back, and you know
Expensive.
we wore lace socks until we was freshmen in high school because we thought it was cute.
Listen, 13
You know,
years old with
every-
ponytails.
Everything goes, and you can't talk about it because now this is what society is doing. You know, we ain't supposed to talk. We're not supposed to say right is right and wrong is wrong. We supposed to be acceptable to everything that the world brings to us. No, there's still some people
This
that
cancel
have some
culture.
standards about themselves.
I think that's part of the problem that we have been so acceptable to it.
Yeah.
We have not voiced anything about it.
Yeah.
We let them make this culture and make it as if it's right, but it's not right.
Right.
It's
But,
not
you know,
right.
whenever you take the head of anything, the body gonna fall.
Right.
So when we was in the streets, you know, we had certain people that we look up to, and they had order, they had structure. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't say anything. We couldn't call each other names.
No.
And now when you take the head from the streets, it's the body out there now. Everybody forming blocks instead of everybody being together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
now they don't broke up the unity. So now here come everything else coming in. You got people killing each other
Yeah.
that would never even up a pistol on each other because they don't took the heads off the
Yeah.
streets.
Yeah.
But now the heads are gone. Now they coming back. They're like, the streets is too messed up. We trying to bring it back.
Right.
There's a lot of killing in order for some order to come.
Mhm.
So what did you do then? What did you do now? So now it's the fathers
Mhm.
that was brought up in that area
Yeah.
have structure. That's when all these people, like back in the day, you couldn't sag or none of that stuff.
No.
That stuff wasn't even thought about.
Oh.
You can hear me? So now they took the structure. So now all this stuff coming in. It's just coming in. You seeing kids sagging. You seeing kids carrying pistols, 7, 8, 9. What pistol you got? Oh man, this how we do it out here. First of all, you ain't even got no enemies. Go to school.
Right.
We had to go to school. If not, we'd have got our heads split. That's what the order on the street. I'm talking about police brought around. So now that structure is gone.
Yeah.
So,
Only in a couple
so
pieces.
to really be honest, that sagging concept, it really came from prison.
Yeah, right.
To show if you were taken or if you were, if you were straight.
Yeah.
So what they did is our young boys and girls, they went to prison so much until they brought their culture on the outside. And now everybody think it's a style. It's not a style. It's a lifestyle that you don't even belong in. It's a culture that you don't belong in. And so now everybody think it's a style and everybody trying to do it. And then to your other point, with all of the fathers, that's what welfare did. Welfare took the fathers out of the home and said, look, if the father is in the home, then you can't have free assistance. You can't have government help. You can't have your rent paid for. So now you and your kids out on the street because you chose the father to be in the home.
Right.
That's you can't take the father out.
And we
The money gonna fall.
And that's what those women come in. Yeah.
and the families did that.
And
Right.
they accepted that and started saying, I don't need a man. Oh, you need a man. I need a man. And we
That was the quick.
portray down to our children, and that's why you have so many single parents and baby mamas, and some fathers just got the kids because then the mothers got out here and said, no, I don't want the kids all together.
Right.
I'm not getting no more welfare, no more,
Right.
so you take them.
Right.
If you really dig all the way back to the root of the situation, the bottom line is we are moralists
Yeah.
because
My God,
many are not believing in God.
that's
Yeah.
it.
And that's the whole.
If you,
That's it.
if there is a creation, there is a creator. If you don't believe that there's a creator, then you don't have anybody to be accountable to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's no sense of accountability because there are so many who just either don't believe in God or they don't believe that there is a God.
So
Who are you accountable to if there's no God?
right.
Right.
So now we have built a godless society.
That's exactly what we're saying.
So when they look at that, they look at the rappers doing it. So if the rappers doing it, they're staying ego, like, okay, man, he doing it, I can do it. You got people that got millions of dollars. And I'm like, y'all got all this money. Why y'all sagging? Because you gotta say something. When you come down here, as far as us, like we are in church, people follow you, right? So how many people are following these rappers? You know how many lives you can change if you do the right thing?
But they're getting paid to change that narrative though.
Right, you know what I mean to you?
That's the
9 out of 10.
the industry is changing the thing.
Portray that they are in God, but they don't have any characteristics
Correct.
of God.
Correct.
Because it's a lot of people throwing God's name out here now.
With God.
But they, exactly, which God? Which God? What God are we speaking of?
But even our gospel rappers just fashioning themselves after the rappers of the world. They look just like them. And they ain't talking about nothing but self at the end of the day.
That's it.
They say we gospel rappers, they quote scriptures, but it's a whole lot of I and me and my. And it's not Christ centered.
So listen, it's so much to this. And we can go on and on. Is Kelly still on?
Yes, he's here.
Kelly, we are so excited that you joined us on today. And I know that we have, this is a juicy topic. It can't be the end. Like, we probably need a part 2 of this. You know? But we're grateful that we'll be able to have you on a lot more. And we're so excited about that. We're excited. Our sister had a new baby. Amen. Yes, right. Yes, she's in the house now. We're so excited about what God is doing with us. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Our online viewers, it's more to come. It's only up from here, right?
Yes.
And don't forget, Present Reality Conference, March the 27th through the 30th, right? Creators Word Apostolic Fellowship. All of us will be there. We got special guests come and join us. Get your tickets for the concert. We even got a banquet this year. We got a blackside banquet. We got some surprise people coming there to bless us.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of things going on, but one thing that I'm really excited about is the platform that God has given us that we can talk about anything. We are kings' kids.
Yeah.
We are kings' kids. And he's anointed us for this hour. And we're going to speak and not be silent.
Right.
Right? We're going to talk about what the church won't talk about.
Right.
We don't have to be in a building.
There you go.
We need people healed, delivered, and saved.
That's right.
Right, that's what we're really called to.
Right.
We're called to save the people, to give them what they don't have by themselves.
Right.
He said everybody needs to know about our Christ because
That's
he's
right.
been just that. He's
So is that all right? So you wanna
got a question.
Maurice?
I do. What, sis,
I got one
thing she
question.
needs to say.
I just got this quick idea because Brother Chief
Okay.
heard something about celebrities.
Okay.
In case somebody's watching, they can go ahead and tag Black China. We just wanted to commend you for being baptized and changing your life. And we do feel that you are a good example, so that's a shameless plug, you know.
Right.
And the second thing, real quickly, let you know that through all things, we know that Jesus Christ is our leader and our guide, right?
Right,
But
right.
we want you to know we really are here for you.
Yeah.
Okay? And if we don't have the answer, we're gonna take it straight to the Lord.
Sure.
And then we're gonna get you some help right here on earth. Therapy,
That's
counseling,
it.
which we do believe in.
Amen.
Amen. I just had to say that.
Well, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feared the Lord, she shall be praised. This has been another episode of Creators Girl Talk.
Listen, we can talk about anything.